Hi, all. So good morning. So today we are going to talk about the basic introduction and what is Python and why we need Python and the purpose of Python usage, why Python is so popular in the industry, and all that we are going to discuss in today's session. Let me start it, and then we will also see how to install the basic Python software that is needed and all that. We'll go all that one by one. So let's start with the introduction. So first thing, when we talk about Python, so this is the important thing. What is that? Python is. Can you hear me? First thing, am I audible to all of you friends?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, then fine. So screen is visible, right? Okay. So just let me know if you have any issues with audio or screen or anything. Then we can adjust it. So first thing, when we start
Okay.
with Python, and most of you know that, right? It is the most popular language right now in the industry, right? Because for everything we need Python, starting from the basic development to the latest generative AI, we need this Python. So such is the importance of Python. So now, what is Python here? Let's start this. So when we talk about Python, it is high-level interpreted programming language. So what is high level? High level means something English-like language. Interpreted means, right? It uses, it executes code line by line. That's what we call interpreted. I'll explain more on this. We don't need to spend much time now, but later I'll try to provide as much information as possible on this. And this is developed by Guido van Rossum in 1991. And again, when we talk about Python, it emphasizes readability and simplicity, right? It is easy to understand, and also readability wise, it's very simple. And also it supports multi-paradigm. Multi-tab paradigm means that it supports procedural, object-oriented, and functional programming. Likewise, it supports many programming, many styles of programming. So this is the very important intro about Python. I mean, these are the important features of Python. Okay, then coming to the history, right? It was developed from 1989, and then even today it's keep on going, increasing. I mean, keep on developing, and we have new releases being released every month or at least once in a quarter, right? And right now we are with 3.x, right? Around 3. Uh, 10 more about 3.10 itself, because right now even we are migrating to 3.11. That itself says, I think 3.15 or 3 point something. We can check it, not a big issue. So you can see these are the different versions. It started with 1.x release, and then we have 2.x. Now we are in 3.x, and that's keep on growing. Again, that releases keep on adding every day. I mean, every month or every quarter. So such is the importance. Next one, Python 2 versus Python 3 comparison. That comparison is simple, friends. There are certain few syntactical differences when we look at Python 2 versus Python 3. What are those differences? Suppose we use print hello, a simple example between Python 2 and Python 3. In Python 2, we use something like this, print hello, right? An open style. In Python 3x, we use print hello, which is a closed style. So this is a simple difference. And also another difference between Python 2 and Python 3 is we have limited Unicode support in Python 2x. In Python 3x, we have full support. So that is the difference. Similarly, status. Now we don't have any releases happening for Python 2x, but now all the releases are happening only for Python 3x. 2x, the releases of Python stopped release. I mean, they decommissioned it just from 2020 or 21 onwards, before this uh, COVID. Okay, so this become legacy. 2x become legacy, but 3x is something which is in usage. Okay, even the releases for 2x, they stopped the issue. I mean, doing releases for 2x, but for 3x, releases are happening. So that is difference between, is a quick difference between 2x and 3x. Major difference is it comes with a syntactical difference like this. Second, there will be a change internally with respect to Unicode and all that. And third thing, updates. We don't have new updates for Python 2x coming right now, but for Python 3x, it is already happening and it's going on without any issue. So this is the idea about Python versions. Next one, features of Python. Python. So what are the features of Python? So these are all features of Python, friends. What is that? The best thing when you ask about me Python, because I started working with Python. One basic feature of Python is it is easy to learn and read. It has simple syntax and it is interpreted. Whenever a programming language is interpreted, it runs code line by line. It executes code line by line. That's what interpreted language will do. Cross-platform. Cross-platform in sense, it supports all this, Windows, Linux, Macs, all that. Okay, next, extensive libraries. Another strong feature of Python is it supports so many libraries. Right now, Python supports more than 1 lakh libraries. Right, 1 lakh, and just imagine the kind of support we have from Python. And it almost supports, or it almost provides libraries for every new technology, starting from Gen AI to quantum computing to, right, data science and data engineering, or all this data related, right? It provides extensive libraries, and we have around 1 lakh libraries in Python. It's not just a small thing. That's why we are after Python. Okay, and then after that, open source and free. Open source means all that licensing and usage is free of cost. You don't need to pay anyone. So that's why it's open source and free. And strong community support. For Python, suppose if you need any help, if you can go ahead, there are many groups available, right? There are many people available out there. You can go and ask your questions without any issue. And you can easily get support from Python. So that is what strong community support is. There are certain languages where it's tough for us to find out this thing. Of course, right now we are in Gen AI era. We don't need to worry about it because for any language right now, finding information is not difficult. Okay, but prior to this Gen AI, all that, still Python is very strong because it has a presence of strong community. Many people are there, and it's easy to get information for Python. So that is the idea of all these are beautiful features of Python. Okay, next one. Python users and applications. So where anyone has any questions so far? No, right? You are all of you are fine, right? So now So coming to this one, another this thing, Python uses our applications. Okay, you can see here. These are all different uses of Python. It is used everywhere. Simple answer is we have Python. The presence of Python is everywhere. It's in web development, data science and analytics, machine learning and AI, automation or scripting, game development, networking and cybersecurity. Likewise, the presence of Python is there everywhere. So such is the power of Python now. Okay, just a yeah. Sorry, friends. So it supports almost all every application in today's new era, right? It's supports automation, scripting, game development, networking, and cyber security. Not only this, quantum computing, Gen AI. There are many more things where Python provides libraries. Okay, so this is another one. Next, why Python is popular, right? It ranked top three programming languages in the Toby index. If you go and check Toby index, and you can see that it almost tops the chart of that Toby index, and it is used by many of these giant companies. What is that? It is used by Google, Netflix, NASA, Dropbox, all this, and it's great for beginners and professionals for everyone. And again, huge community support and learning resources. So, and if you see all this, from this we can say that Python is very popular. Okay, now next one. How does Python code would be? I'll just show this with this thing. Okay, using Python prompt. Right, anyone who want to start learning Python, right? No matter what, whoever it is, if you want to start learning Python, you don't need to have any background, and you can easily start that Python. Okay, it's so simple. If you see the look at the syntax, it's very easy to understand the syntax. For example, let me just open a Python prompt. Okay. So I'm just opening. You don't need to understand anything for this. I'm just showing you just to make you understand how simple Python is. Okay. Let's enter Python prompt. So if you want to just enter Python prompt, just open your command prompt and just type Python. Automatically, it will take you to the Python prompt. And right now I am using this version Python 3.10. Okay. So now also suppose if you want to know about a bit of Python. Okay. Let me just show you Python software. So this is the official website of Python. You can see here python.org. And from here we can download whatever the Python this thing we need. Right now you can see the latest one we are seeing as 3.14. Okay, this is the latest version as per this thing. You can see here. These are all the releases and we have scheduled releases here. You can check it out. So they were actually planning for 3.15, but The one that is stable here, you can see here. I think they were you providing till 3.14. So if it is us in our company, we are migrating to 3.11 or 3.11. So okay, earlier we were using 3.9 and right now we are migrating to 3.11. Okay, versions in sense that they add some new things in each version. They add some dynamism in each version. That you can get all this from this. Okay, you can check it out in this website. Definitely it provides that release updates in the documentation. Okay, so if you want to start working with Python, come here, go to the downloads, Windows, and now you can see the downloads here. Right, by right now, the stable version they are providing is Python 3.14, and we have 3.15 for release. It is scheduled for release. Okay, so it's up to you which one you want to download, which version. You can download 3.14. There is nothing harm in downloading 3.14. Okay. So Python 2.x is almost it's a legacy kind of thing. You don't need to download or work with that. That's not needed no more. Okay, master this thing. Okay, that is enough for us. Okay, so this is idea. You can download from here. Just click here, go to the downloads and choose which version of Python is needed. Is it for Windows or Mac or else for Linux? Just check that and then just download it and then install. Okay, so that is the idea. So finally, what is that you should do? Whichever you want to download, just go to that version. Okay, these are all stable releases. You can see here 3.13, whatever they were showing. And here you have two different versions. Generally, these days, everybody is having Windows 64-bit operating system. So you can download this installer. And then what you have to do, you have to just, once that executable file is downloaded, and you don't need to do anything. Simply, you just need to double click and then run and then just follow that window. So you just add this, check this, I mean, this checkbox, tick this checkbox and then say install now. And it will have some series of installation windows. Just go from one window to another window and complete that installation. If you don't want to add this Python path to this environment variables, just tick this checkbox, then it would be easy for you, right? You can start readily working with this Python without explicitly adding this Python path to environment variables. Okay. I have already Python installed in my machine, but still just to show you guys, I am installing it again. Okay, just say install. It will hardly take just a minute or two. It doesn't take much time. I wish you can also do this installation. Please do this so you can practice along with me. Okay. So this will allow you to install Python. And again, I'll show you how to install this IDEs, PyCharm or Jupyter, or one more is Eclipse. You can use any of these IDEs. But what is that we use is we completely use a different IDE in our company. Okay, for our day-to-day development, that is company specific tool. But you can use PyCharm. That is the most recommended for Python and Jupyter as well. Suppose if you are working with data science or data engineering or data analytics, Jupyter is the best choice because if you are even working in data engineering, so that Jupyter book is also best choice. So we will try to use all this interchanged. Okay. So for some time we try to use PyCharm. For some time we prefer Jupyter so that you get familiar with all the tools. Right. So close it. So right now I am in this. I can continue with this. We don't have a problem. Now, once you install Python software, just you can come here and just check here, say Python. Right, when you say Python, it shows you the available versions. You can see here 3.1 to 3.11. Okay, all that. And if you want to see the versions, what you can do, you can go to that C drive. Okay, and then you can go to this program files, and then somewhere you can find that Python folder. Okay, program files, and then if not this, there is another program files. You can check that somewhere in the C drive. P, 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 P. Otherwise, there is other way. What is that? The easiest thing is to check the installations. You can see there are different installations coming. You have ideally just to know where this installation is available. Suppose I couldn't find here. The easiest way is open this idle. Okay, got open here. You can see here. Just get into that shell. Okay, so you can just say file, new file. Okay, and then file, save as, and this will show you the path, and it's available in users, admin, app data, local programs, Python. You can see this. So it's getting stored in under app data. Okay, so that's how you can easily usually find out where your installation path is available. Okay, you can see here. This is the installation path. This is how to you can find it. Okay, so this is simple idea how to install Python, how to check where your Python is installed, the installation path, all that. Okay, I'm just closing it for now. We don't need it. Okay, now open prompt. So you can close this as well. Now I am opening this command prompt as a fresh prompt. Okay, now again I'm typing Python hyphen version. I just want to check which is the latest version that is added. You can say I just installed Python 3.14. We can have many versions installed in our machine. It's not like we should stick only to one version. Okay, one is enough. But if you ask a question, suppose if I install many versions, do I have any issue? You don't have any issue. Only thing you should know how to manage those versions. That's all. Now I just enter what is that Python. So you can enter into the Python prompt. Of course, we don't do much development from Python prompt. It is just for quick testing. That's all. We don't use much of this in development. Okay, so now suppose just to understand how simple Python is, right? I just do a simple program. You can see A equal to 10, B equal to 20, and then C equal to A plus B, and then you print C. Now you can see that. You can see that here, right? You are just typing A, B, and then just adding and assigning to a variable and printing it. To understand this kind of program, this level of programming, you don't need to have any background. You can just jump start the programming. That's it. So that is the beautiness of Python. Because as a developer, I had been into multiple technologies and languages. You got it right there. So if you ask me, which is the easiest language? You have Java, you have C Sharp, you have Python, you have some other thing. Definitely, when it comes to the simplicity and ease of learning, ease of applying, right? So definitely Python stands out among all these languages, among Java or C Sharp or anything. Okay, at learning level. But when once you master a language, it's same. If it is Java or C Sharp or Python, we don't see big difference because it's the logic that is very important. Okay, so that's the idea, friends. Now I think everybody understood this program, right? Some of you might not be familiar with Python, but once you see this program, you should understand how simple this is. You got it right. So that is the simplicity of and ease of Python. Understood, right? So just want to make you understand that as well. Next, let me open our slides here. So with this, you understood how simple Python is. Next one. Why learn Python? Again, if you talk about Python, all of you know that it is high in demand in market and it's versatile. Versatile in sense it supports different things. It supports web AI, data science, and automation. And it's beginner friendly and easy to learn. And as again, it's these are something which we had already discussed. I am moving to the next slide. Okay, the resources to get started with Python. These are the resources. Okay, we have python.org and we have this PyCharm, virtual code, OES code, Jupyter notebooks, learning platforms. You have so many YouTube, Udemy, Coursera, okay, Codecamp. There are so many things, but you don't need that right now, right? Because whatever that is needed, we are going to cover in our class. And one important book that is very famous in Python community for learning Python is Automatic the Boring Stuff with Python. So these are the resources. Of course, there are so many. These are just only very handful of resources. But when you go and look at outside, there are an ocean of resources available for Python, for learning Python and working with Python. Okay. So next, overall the summary of Python. What is that? In this just 30 minutes, you should get that impression that Python is a simple language and you can easily learn and implement Python. And it's beginner friendly, that anyone without any language can learn Python. So that is simple summary of Python. And it supports different styles of programming and we can learn that and implement that in our journey of this Python. Okay. So that is the idea, friends. So this is the overall summary. It is simple, powerful, and versatile. Okay. It supports multi-programming paradigms. Paradigms means different styles of programming, right? It supports functional, it supports OOP, it supports procedural. Likewise, it supports different styles. That's what we call multiple programming paradigms. Okay, and most of you know that because right now in today's era, right, everybody is aware that the power of Python or the importance of Python. Okay, so I think this is all about Python with introduction stuff. Okay. So if you have any questions, I can answer before I jump into the other part of Python. We can just start understanding right different things about Python. So any questions from you so far? Any questions, friends? Do you have any questions? Want to ask questions? No questions from you? Dilip Raja Simha. Okay, then if you don't have questions, what I do is I just start with what is that? So my request to all of you is please install that Python. Right? What is that? Just install the Python and then so you know, right? This is the Python. I'll just share this with you. You can go to this path and then if it is already most of you, I just shared this the Python download link. You can go to that Python downloads and then download that and install it and keep it ready. That would be helpful for all of you. Okay. Okay, fine. So anybody needs any help, you can screen share. I can help you with Python installation. So once you finish that, then the other part is we have to go and install a couple of this thing. One is We can use PyCharm. Okay, this is the PyCharm thing. Okay, I already have it in my machine, but I can do it one more time for you, the installation part. Okay, I'm just opening PyCharm just to show you how that PyCharm environment look like, and then you also have that idea how to create projects in PyCharm and all that, and play around that PyCharm. And we'll also use Jupyter as well. It's not like we stick only for PyCharm. We use Jupyter too for our development. Okay, I'm just opening it. Let it open. I think it opened. You can see here. So we can just go to the file. Okay, new project. Then here, just select this new project and just change this name here, Python project to create that. That should be okay, fine. I can put new window. It's better if I have a new window instead of adding everything in the same window. You got it right? How to create a project? Simply what you have to do, you have to go to this menu and it's creating our virtual environment. Okay. So that all our programs are created and tested in that virtual environment. So it's trying to create the project. Generally, it will take a couple of 1 or 2 minutes to create it when you are doing it for first time. So this is PyCharm. When you open it, it look like this. Just a minute. It has to open the window. Yeah, just look like this. You can see here. Where is that? It has to open it. Okay, recent project. So these are all different projects we have it, but it's okay. So Python project 2, I believe I created. It should show that for us. Yeah. So you can go otherwise. Recent project. You can switch projects from here. You can see here Python project 1. You can see. Likewise, you can create a project from here. New project and just choose the name and just say create. And so once you create, you can just switch to whichever project you want. There will be many projects you create under your PyCharm environment. Okay, and you can switch to whatever project you want there. Okay, so now I choose. So I did go to this file, new project, and then project name, and you can simply say create. It creates one more new project with name Python project 4. And you can choose here. The important thing is you have to choose your Python I mean the Python software version here. You can see here, right? The base Python version. You can see here. There are so many versions in my machine. You can see like Python 3.9, 3.4, 14, 3.13, 3.12, all this. I choose 3.9, right? Let it be. You don't have a problem. Here you can change that version here. Suppose you want to go with 3.14, then you can choose this Python 3.14. It means we are trying to choose 3.14. Likewise, we can change versions from this base Python, right? Even after creating projects, still you can change that version. I'll show you all that. How to make changes to the versions. And this is virtual environment. When you just drop down this, you can see here, you can see all this coned up PP environment, something all this, but choose virtual environment. That should be good. And finally, you have to create it, right? So you can say new window. So automatically it creates what is that that new thing. Of course, this is our project. You can see here, right? And you can see all that now. Once you create, this is the structure of project. You have that project name. Under that, you have all these files. Okay, and you have your virtual environment. Okay, you can see here. And this is the basic structure. So project, under that this VNV file dot venv, and then you have this, right? These are all built-ins which comes with the installation of your project or creation of your project. Okay, and then this is the place for all this executables. These are all executables. You might play around them in future. Okay, and these are the pip command related installation softwares. Okay, so you can see here pip 3.9 exe, all that. These are the scripts coming along with this project creation. Okay, this is just idea about what is that, how to create a project in PyCharm, opening project PyCharm, creating project in PyCharm, choosing versions in PyCharm. Okay, suppose I want to create a small program here. I'll just go all this one slowly, one by one. So what is that I should do inside? How do I create a simple program or a project in PyCharm? What is that you have to do? You have to right click here simply. Okay, new. Always create a Python package. That is the best practice. Whenever you are working with Python, especially with IDEs like PyCharm or all this, or the Eclipse or all this sophisticated IDEs, always make sure you create Python package, even if you are new to that Python programming. Right now, I am just starting basics. Okay, so I just put my package as basics. Okay, so I'll just enter that. And you can see here that package, I don't need to add to GitHub right now. Okay, it's asking to add to Git. So when I see create a Python package, you can see package is created. By default, a Python package have this .py file, init.py file. That is the standard process how this package is created. You got it right. You have a pack. Once you create package, you should see this init.py. But you don't need to worry about that. Nothing will be inside that. You don't have anything inside that init.py, and you don't need to add anything. But as a standard practice, this init.py should exist under the Python package. You got it right. So this is the idea of what is that, how to open PyCharm, how to create a project, and then choose your Python version and create a package under that project. Now suppose I want to create one small Python program. What is that I should do? Right click on this package and then new and then Python file and then just give the name as some test. Okay, test.py. And then you don't need to give py, sorry, not needed. As this is the first program, I just put it as test. Okay, now what I am going to do, so you can see this now. So I just write a small Python program, just saying print. I just use a print. This is the printing. I will explain all this. You don't need to understand or have idea about any of these things. I'm using a print statement here. I am saying welcome to Python. Okay. Uh, and NaomTech. And now you can just, what is that? There are different ways to execute this program. How do you execute it? Okay. You execute, right click on this, and then what you can say, run test. And you can see that the output is coming at the bottom. Easy, right? Simple, right? Okay. So this is how you can create a simple Python program. This is one approach. You can right click on this editor. You can say run test. Or else you can directly go to this window. You can see here, there is a window here. You can see that, right? On top, this is the actually the run button. And you can choose which file you want to run from here from this drop down. Once you create multiple programs, you might see different Python programs here under this drop down. And you can choose which one you want to run. Right now, I want to run test. I choose that and then say run. Okay. And you can see the same output, but the way we ran this program changed a bit here. The approach changed. That's all. But the output stays same and the program is same. Nothing is different. Okay, this is the other way of executing a Python program in PyCharm. Okay, if you want to download this, what is that you should do? Right, simply you can just go and you can just type here. Just keep this also ready. PyCharm download. Right. When you say that, it will take you to this website, JetBrains download stuff. Okay. And generally, don't prefer to download the full version. Okay. So, because they ask you, they charge for you. Now, you can just download this community. I mean, the basic edition here. You can see, just go down. I think they gave it here itself. No problem. This is actually a free forever, right? This is free one. And you can download this, not an issue. And you can start working. Earlier, it was a slightly different. And just even few months back, it's a bit different. Now they changed the whole front page. They updated this front page. That's okay, fine, not a big issue. You can just explore here and then just what you can do, you can see here, right? Just say download, this would be helpful. Okay. Or else you can see here in the right side, you can check for other versions and then you can download that also, right? Other versions. Okay, there are different versions available. You can check for that. Okay, for both Windows and Mac, I think. Even for Windows, you have here. Okay, just for Linux, yeah, even for Windows, you have. Okay. So this is the landing page for this Python PyCharm software. You can go and download it. If you need any help, I can help you guys. Not a big issue. So this is overall idea of what is that overall idea of setting up your machine with just keeping it ready to start with Python. Sorry, got it right. So now, once your environment is ready, we have to start with working with Python. Understood now? So what is that we are going to create? Sorry, internet interrupted. What tool we are using for Python coding? PyCharm. Yeah, we use this PyCharm or we use this Jupyter. One more is I'll just show you. This is the Jupyter notebook. And that comes with Anaconda. What you can do if you want Jupyter. Let me just open it. This Jupyter as well. So if you want it, just go and type here Anaconda download. Okay, for Windows. And you have this again, you are in the installation. I mean, this Anaconda web page link here. Click on that. And you can see here, right? Get started. And then, or else you can, there are different places, free download or get started. Go here. And you just sign up and then automatically it will start downloading. You don't need to worry about it. Okay. You can give a try on that. So I have already Anaconda installed in my machine. If you need help, I can help. I can stay back with you and start working on that. Okay. So now here you can choose that Python 3 kernel. So once this page is visible to you, you can see here. I just try to open Jupyter. You just saw that right from here. Then it will take me to this opening page. From there, what is that? Go to the new and choose this Python 3 kernel. Then it will take me to this window like this. And this is where I can run my Python commands. I can just say a equal to 10. Okay. And then I can just say, okay, run this. Okay. And then b equal to 20. Again, you can say just you can keep adding here. Okay. So then you can say uh, C equal to this is how Jupyter is A plus B. Okay. And then run it. And then generally this is used very much by this data science engineers, because I am into DevOps and all that automations and all that. We need a kind of IDE like PyCharm or Eclipse. Jupyter is not much useful to us because given the nature of work we do, because we develop large lab, very big scripts and then we do automation. So that's why we don't use Jupyter much, but I am familiar with Jupyter. I'll show you how to play around. Okay. So this is just, okay. You get a kind of this thing here. You can see, right? And then just need to run it. That's all. And you can see the output here and just push us to the next new prompt here. And you can just add your code line by line, right? And this gives you much more better readability. So when you look at it, you can easily understand what's happening at each step. You can see that. Right? This makes more even easier to understand your Python code. Right? This is Jupyter. Right? To download and install this, what is that you should do? You can go to this Anaconda website and then let me just click on free download as well. Free download. Generally, you have to go here and then just provide that sign up to that this thing, and then it will automatically download. I did that. So that's why I already have it. If you just type here Anaconda, that comes here. You can see here Anaconda prompt is there, Anaconda navigator is there. I have everything with Anaconda. Suppose I open Anaconda, you can see that. You can see all the different Anaconda installation softwares available in that window. It's actually a framework. It provides a lot of Python environments. Okay. So this is Jupyter. So for beginners, you can use both. There is nothing wrong when you start with Python. Either you can use Jupyter or you can use PyCharm or you can use Python prompt for a while. Okay, but I'm just showing you all different tools that generally people use very much in the industry. But of course, I don't use any of this because we have something our own framework, if you ask me, and that is more sophisticated for our applications. Okay, so that is the idea. Definitely, if you ask me every day, I at least spend some 4 or 5 hours in automations, minimum time of automations, because most of the time I do that for my team. Okay, so that's why I'm trying to provide all this information so that you can just set up all this and start working. From tomorrow onwards, what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide the very clear information about how to start with the basic Python fundamentals. And I will also explain how to build a Python program. All right. And for that, you don't need to have any fundamental or foundation of Python. You got it right? So this is overall idea of all this, friends. Understood now about different tools and how to install your basic Python, what versions are there. These are all the versions. Suppose if you want to understand one more important point, okay, let me just show you. Right now we have Python version still 3.14, starting from 3.0. Right? We have a very long journey. Right? And we don't have 2.x. Earlier that is there. If you want 2.x, it will be available in archives. Archives means something old softwares. Right? Still that will be available in this window. You can just explore it. Or if you need help, you can connect with me. I'll show you where to find archives. Okay. So during our this Python journey, I'll also expose you to all different new tools that is needed for today's development. Okay, this Anaconda is open. You can see that. So It's asking me something. What is that? Do you wish to update? For now, I don't need it. I just want to show you guys, like, how that Anaconda navigator look like. You can see that it has, so it's like a meta platform. You can see that it shows so many softwares under Anaconda, including PyCharm as well. Once you open this navigator, you can just launch whichever you want, Jupyter Lab or Jupyter Notebook. Okay. And you can see many other Anaconda softwares available. I mean, installation or development environments available here. You have Spider. Spider is also popular this thing for this thing. Okay. For scientific development. Okay. We don't use it, but data science people or many of this like data related data analytics people use Spider more. Okay. And our studio, even our, right, our language studio, that is something this studio is. Like you can play with around all these friends. Generally, we need Python Community Edition. We don't need professional because professional is charged. It's billable one. So this is overall idea of all these friends for today's intro. Tomorrow I start with the basics. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's all. Any more questions from you?
Sir, I am Sham. Can I ask one question?
Yeah, you can always share.
Yeah, you see, at that in real time, when we are
Mm.
implementing that client side applications,
Okay.
automations, we are adding the dependencies as per the requirement, right?
Okay.
In Java.
Mm.
So, like that, we are in Python also, we have any POM class like that. We need to add the dependencies, those the dependencies.
We don't have anything like that. Suppose if you ask for real time, we have a kind of environment we call artifactories, Sham. Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
So to answer your question, Python is totally different from Java. So because I
Okay.
worked on Java for at least 3 or 4 years, I can very sure tell you we have Maven, we have Gradle, we have all this for Java. Okay,
Hmm.
for dependency
Hmm.
management. But we don't have such kind of thing for Python. But what is that we have for Python is to install any software in Python. I'll show you that anyhow. We use
Okay.
something called pip. What is that we use?
Yep.
Yes, right. So pip is used as a mechanism for dependency management. So whichever
Okay. For
the
example, yeah, for example, you have a query like that. You need to read the barcode and validate the text inside the barcode. For that, you need to add
hmm.
any external dependencies for that. It's required or not required?
See, barcode, that code you can get it. Okay, that's fine. But you have to see what kind of libraries are needed. If those libraries are needed in your code, you just need to install that from the PyCharm. You can go to this PyCharm
Okay.
and you can do what you can just see here. I'll just show you here. So settings. Suppose to implement that barcode, just check that there are some new libraries needed. Okay. So you can
Hmm.
come here, but let me show you. You can add that directly into your ID itself. Let me just go there.
Plugins. I think plugins.
Not plugins. You don't need. You can see
Okay.
here this libraries.
Okay.
You have to
Okay.
add your library. Suppose you want to add something to this IDE. What you have to do?
Hmm.
Go to that available packages. Suppose you said some barcode, right? Let me just type here. You can see some barcode library available, and you just choose
Okay.
that which barcode thing you want. Just say install packages, and then just create that program, import that libraries, and then start working. It's as simple as that in Python. It's not like Java. Java is a bit
Yeah, yeah.
complex
We need to
architecture.
add. Yeah, we need to
Yes,
add that dependencies from Maven. Yes,
correct.
I got it. Thank you for the answer, sir. Thank you.
Okay, got it right. So, or else if you don't have this, you can directly install this from this pip. You got it right.
Okay.
You can open command prompt and just type that what you generally you know which libraries you should install using pip. That you can
Hmm.
understand that with when you just start doing Python, automatically get that idea, right? What
Hmm.
libraries we want, how to install that, how to make it ready to develop a program. You got it right. So here all
Yes,
that
sir.
we call it as modules and packages. Any modules and packages we manage through pip. How do we manage? We manage through pip. Suppose if you ask me, because you are asking question, how we manage it in our organization, because ours is the one of the this thing, so more secured organization. It's a bank, okay? So we manage all these libraries through something called, maybe you can just, I'll just show you, JFrog artifact. So you can see here. Can you see this? No, this is a tool that is used to, you asked like dependency management, right? Uh, Sham.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, sir.
You can see here. Universal
Mm.
Artifact Repository Management. So what this bank people will do is that they try to provide this JFrog artifact and just include all that allowed packages, allowed softwares which we can install into our machines. You got it right. And this is actually a mechanism we follow in our in our environment. You got it
This
right.
is highly secured. No one can try to
Correct,
hack.
correct. See, yeah, definitely right. You should not allow some unwanted softwares coming into your machine or
Yeah. Yeah.
system, right? So that's
Yes,
why
sir.
we use this JFrog Artifactory, and there will be admin team. They configure everything, all that libraries that is there under JFrog, and then what do we do? And that we include our pip environments. This JFrog links will be added to pip, so that when you try to install something from pip, what happens? It doesn't hit outside. It doesn't go out and try to install, but it will go and check that libraries from the JFrog Artifactory, and then they try to install that. You got it, Sham.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It looks for that library from JFrog, and from there the installation happens. It just don't go directly to the outside environments. You got it?
Yes, sir.
So this is how we manage. Do you understand now? So the JFrog Artifactory is a tool which is helpful, maybe to answer your question directly, which is used for what? Which is used for artifact repository management. You got it right?
Yes, sir.
Even in Maven also we can call these libraries as artifacts. You can see that there. Okay. Same thing.
Yes, yes.
If it is Python, that can be managed with this in most of the real time environments. You got it right, or in most of the companies. Got it.
Mm. Yes, sir.
Again, this is for what? This is a kind of regular development. For us, again, we work with a separate framework. We don't have all this artifactory. We don't need that. They do, if anything is needed, they do as releases, and automatically all that libraries will be available for us in our environment. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Understood, Sham. So there are
Yes, sir.
different
Yes, sir.
ways. If you ask me a question, right, there are different ways of working with it. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So that's the idea. Any more questions?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So if you have questions, I can discuss. Else, we'll stop because this is our intro. From tomorrow, I think we can continue for longer time because we have so much to discuss and cover. Okay, we can continue
Yes.
till 9:15 at least. Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So and topic wise or the coverage wise, definitely we'll have in-depth discussion, and also I try to make sure that you become hands-on with all this. Okay.
Sure, sir.
So we'll stop here for today, and we can get back on it tomorrow. Okay. Yep. I'll
Okay.
share this recording. I am uploading to the YouTube directly so that you can get it. You don't need to again search here and there. Okay. So that's it, friends. I hope this session is helpful for all of you. Again, I will get back to you again tomorrow morning. Okay, just keep attending. Just keep spreading the good work to your friends and anyone interested to learn this. Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
Mom.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Yeah, we'll get back.